Hello, I'm Dave Dillard, owner and craftsman here at Nashville Banjo Company, and this is the Pocket Dial. I build banjos for a living, and I know that one of the biggest factors in getting the best tone out of your banjo is getting the head set at the right tension. Whether it's a resonator style banjo with a synthetic head, or an open back banjo with a natural hide head, or anything in between, proper head tension is key. I meet a lot of banjo players who have their head tension set way too loose and end up wrestling with a tubby sounding banjo or just bad action. That's why I developed the Pocket Dial, so every player can have a quick, convenient, and precise way to check the tension on their banjo head. Something small and lightweight you can keep right in your banjo case, ready to use when you need it.
Grandpa Jones told me one time, the best way to do it is tighten it up until it busts and then back it off a notch, but that don't work too good.
The Pocket Dial works by pressing a spring-loaded tip into the banjo head. The resulting deflection, measured in just a few thousandths of inches, is proportional to the tension of the head within the range commonly preferred by players. Several of my favorite banjo players helped me design and test the Pocket Dial, and we're excited now to be offering it to banjo players everywhere.
Hi, my name is Russell Carson, and I tour and play music with Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder.
Hi there, I'm John Balch. I have been mounting and selling natural hide banjo heads for a number of years. I've done thousands of them.
Hello folks, I'm Mike Snyder. I'm a banjo picker for a living, believe it or not.
Howdy, Banjo Ben here. I'm very excited about this new tool, the Pocket Dial.
I've been watching and waiting as David got the design finalized, and I stayed on him pretty good so that I could be the first one to buy one of these and keep this in my case.
And if a fella's gonna make a living with his banjo or just sit around and have a big time, a fella ought to have his instrument tuned up and sounding snappy as he can.
Probably the most frequent question I get is about properly tensioning the head.
I'll tell you why I love it, because my students are often intimidated at banjo setup. And one of the big things with banjo setup is your head tension.
Head tension is one of the most important determinants of the way your banjo is going to sound. If you get it right, everything's good.
Hello! I almost told you who it was again, and I know you don't care.
We worked together a little bit to make sure that we were designing a scale that worked, that's easy to use, and that the range of tension that it creates is right.
I like to have one of these little gizmos right here handy. This is, what's this called again?
Natural skin is not perfectly even in terms of thickness, and the texture of the hide from one area to the other will be a little different, so the deflection might be different around the skin.
I'm selling something, I don't even know what the name of it is, but I do use one, so it ain't a lie.
And so the idea of being able to use the Pocket Dial and have a zone that if it's in the green, it's good, that really appeals to me, and in fact, I think it works.
The scale is very simple. It's just 0 to 10. You know exactly where you need to get it, and it's easy to get it there.
Because I need my banjo to be at its best day in, day out before we hit the stage, and the Pocket Dial helps me do that.
The Pocket Dial offers 3 scales to choose from based on your preference. The Blue Simple scale is based on an easy to understand 0 to 10 point scale. Most banjo players aim for a reading of about 10. A point or two higher will give you a tighter and brighter tone, or a point or two lower will give you a looser and warmer tone. The Brown Skin scale is intended for banjos with natural heads like goat skin or calf skin. Natural heads have an uneven surface texture and stiffness, and it's usually not possible or even advisable to try to adjust the tension to a specific number across the whole surface. Instead, aim for the green zone, an area that represents the range preferred by most players with natural skin banjo heads. The Black Standard scale uses a machinist scale like found on other mechanical measuring instruments. Most players like their banjo head adjusted to a reading of around 90, which corresponds to 10 on the simple scale. Again, a point or two higher will give you a tighter and brighter tone, or a point or two lower will give you a looser and warmer tone. To use the Pocket Dial, decide first which scale you want to use, then use this simple procedure to calibrate the device to that scale. Hold the Pocket Dial down firmly on a hard flat surface like a granite countertop or glass table. A wood table is too soft. Loosen the locking thumb screw, then turn the dial face until the calibration mark for the scale you want to use lines up with the needle. In this example, we will calibrate it to use the Blue Simple scale. Once it's lined up, gently retighten the thumb screw to lock everything in place. Your pocket dial is now ready to use. To check your tension, hold the pocket dial down firmly on your banjo head. If you press really hard, you can distort the reading, particularly on a very loose head. Just hold it firmly on the surface and note the reading. Do this at 5 or 6 locations around the edge of the head to get an overall picture. If you have a resonator banjo, you want to carefully remove the resonator back first. Use a properly fitting wrench to tighten or loosen your tension nuts as needed. Turn them just a little bit at a time, perhaps just an 1/8 or 1/4 turn each, and work your way all around the rim. Then go back and check your readings and repeat as needed. If your banjo has a synthetic head, try to optimize your tone by adjusting a little more or less in certain areas to get about the same number reading across the entire surface. If your banjo head is natural skin, don't worry about the numbers. Just use the skin scale and aim for readings in the green zone. Keep in mind that every banjo and every ear is different. A reading that sounds best on another banjo may not sound best on yours, even if it's the same model. We've included a chart of recommended readings with instructions, but let your ear be the final guide. To learn more about the pocket dial or order one, visit our website at NashvilleBanjos.com or visit one of our licensed retailers. Thank you.
I really like it, and it takes a lot of the guesswork out and sure does make the banjo sound a lot better. So I'm gonna pick you a little something and go to the house.